The boat can leave now. Tell the crew.
Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man, Kilt-Man at your service. Let me get my trusty cup of tea. Hear the music? Hear that ominous heartbeat? Boom, 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 boom. And that weird spaghetti chanting taking place. That spaghetti entrail munching sort of chanting taking place. Because where are we? Yes, we're in the voodoo island of Matul for little Italian imp of horror Lucio Fulci and his grand gory extravaganza Zombie Flesh Eaters, the absolute darling of the UK video nasties list. I've covered it before a couple of times, and I've done a big review of the movie. I love it to bits. It was kind of like a rip-off kind of come sequel to George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. And you know, the Italian rip-offs were, you know, some of them are classics in their own right. Who could shame them for what they delivered? Gore aplenty, sheer exploitation, pure gross out. And what Romero Zombies lacked in authenticity, a little, you know, green or blue emulsion, and you know, sort of tomato ketchup gore effects, which were great for their time, by the great Tom Savini. But oh my god, Lucio Fulci's zombies looked like zombies. These motherfuckers had come out of the grave. They were maggot ridden, they were entrail encrusted. They looked so realistic, so horrendously despicable and ferocious. They were genuinely scary zombies, whereas Romero's would just sort of amble along. These would make charges. They barreled into people. They looked sinister, aggressive, ferocious, and they had some kind of cunning. Olga Carlotos, the gorgeous Olga Carlotos, getting her head dragged onto that vicious splinter right through your eyeball. Anyway, if you look over yonder, you'll see one of the famous posters. We are going to eat you, zombie, the dead are among us. Now, those of you who kept up with our current videos will know that Kilt-Man has been awaiting a mask so impatiently that he's bought several of the masks in the meantime. Well, looky here, because Kilt-Man came home today knowing there was 2 packages waiting for him. But when he got back, there was 2 plus 1. There was a 3rd package. This one here, which has winged its way from the States. And it's taken a while to get here. Now, I was a bit kind of, oh Christ, this supplier is going to let me down. But they haven't. It's here. And it should be, what should be in this bag is him. Courtesy of Trick or Treat Studios. Yes and no. You guys were ahead of me. You're going to say, Kilt-Man, where's it come from? Trick or Treat Studios. I know. Let's just turn the awesome Fabio Frizzi soundtrack down a little bit. This is the full score, by the way, playing behind us. And it's got a bit of voodoo stuff going on there. The awesome synth, you know, horror score, and that relentless main theme. But it's also got a fair bit of like sort of Haitian, you know, Caribbean reggae style stuff. I don't think we need the ski and do for this, but I don't want, you know, I really don't want to rip this thing and damage the mask inside. But let's just see. There are 2 masks that I know of available from Zombie 2, Zombie Flesh Eaters. And Tom, you're out there, my mate Tom Davidson. You've got the other one, which is the boat zombie, which is the one that literally the coppers arrive, the Harbour Police, New York Harbour Police arrive on board this sort of drifting derelict yacht, and they find a severed hand and lots of unpleasantries, and the next thing you know, this fucking big fat baldy zombie barrels through a cupboard, comes out and takes down the first copper, and like takes his throat out. Oh, and it's fucking savage. But this guy here, that guy there, When they get to the island of Matul, our heroes, Tisa Farrow, which is Mia Farrow's sister, and Ian McCulloch, Scott's Ian McCulloch, who yours truly has actually interviewed, yes, for AV Forums, many moons ago about the glorious restoration of the film Zombie Flesh Eaters. And I interviewed him for quite some time, and he was great, full of anecdotes, real funny guy, tremendous fella. And Ian McCulloch plays the reporter, Tisa Farrow plays the granddaughter of the guy whose boat they found drifting in New York Harbour. So they go out there, they encounter these two adventurers, you know, which is played by Brian Alcliver, who's in a lot of Italian movies, and the absolutely wondrously gorgeous Oretta Gay. She's the one who goes skinny dipping into the tropical blue waters and discovers the shark coming for her, who then battles the undersea zombie. Wow! But Oretta Gay. You guys can keep your Olga Carlotas, who shows her bits off in the shower scene and then gets her eyeball punctured on the head, the wickedest splinter the world's ever known. But Oretta Gay is the one. Absolute sheer bloody perfection of womanhood. There, I said it. Hey, go sue me. But she comes afoul of him. They lie down for resting, you know, the zombies everywhere, they discovered blood and carnage. They now, our foursome now know that the island is full of fucking cadavers coming back from the grave. But they have the misfortune to stop and rest in an old conquistador graveyard. Now these guys should only be fucking bone by this time, but what comes out the ground? Him. And takes a chomp out of her throat. Oh my god, that stringy latex throat and the absolute gallons of gore coming out. Effects by Gianetto De Rossi. There are two. There's a Gino De Rossi and a Gianetto De Rossi, both of whom have worked for Lucio Fulci. One of whom's effects are great, one of whom's are not so great. But it's Gianetto De Rossi who does the effects for this, the gory effects. And he's responsible for that absolute gallons of gore coming out of her throat. But this guy has delivered. It better be the guy in here, because I'm looking like a right fool now. Now, as I say, this is manufactured by, well, produced by Trick or Treat Studios, officially licensed. It is the right mask. Oh shit. It's one of the scariest sequences in a zombie movie. Zombie films that have scared me have never been Romero movies. They just haven't been. They're great horror movies, great horror epics, but to be afraid of a zombie takes some. They have to be ferocious. They have to be genuinely scary on its own. And George Grau's epic, The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. Go back, check. I've done a video review of that as well. That is one of my all-time favourite zombie movies, and that came off before this. And the great Gianetto De Rossi did the effects for that as well. And that has some scary zombies in that. You're genuinely afraid of individual zombies. When have you ever encountered that in like a Romero movie? This guy is fucking terrifying. When he comes out the grave and shrugs off the earth and then just like leans and towers above poor Oretta Gray, who is paralysed to the spot with fear, transfixed to the spot, and then he leans down and fucking bites her. Big Al Cliver playing Brian comes back with his rifle and fucking blows it away, and then Ian McCulloch picks up a cross and totally demolishes its head and its chest and just lays waste to it. Anyway, oh my god, folks. After the piss poor mask which I unveiled last night on the previous video, no, go back 2 videos, the classic werewolf from Don Post, ha, hock, I spit upon you, piece of shit, it's over there somewhere. And now we get to some class. With a wonderful sculpt, let's get some of this music back on. As this rises from its ancient grave. maggoty encrusted eye. The other eye shut. It does open in the movie, it opens as he spies fresh food, his banquet. Look around his neck. You've got the ancient sackcloth around his neck. Look at that. Back of his head. It almost looks like look, it's the moon. It's the moon. On the anniversary of the moon landings, I now have a moon replica right here, right now. Look at that cratered skull, that pitted cranium. But look at his face. You might see him asleep right now, but when that eye opens, oh my god, and he leans in with those fucking teeth and he chomps out. Oh, sweet Jesus. That is him up there. Grizzled, gnarled. Oh my god. Look at him. The ears are chewed away down, they're eroded, decomposed. The flesh, what little flesh there is barely clinging to the bones. The detail is phenomenal. Those teeth are wickedly jagged and weird. You have, is there a gap there? There's gaps at the sides here, but the effect is that you've got it is empty around there. It's not, it is filled in, but the effect is there. The detail on that eyelid, I don't know if you can see that. The eyelid has ripples in it and folds of rotted flesh. Oh my god, and of course, the maggots writhing around in the other eye socket, having a ball, having a right old time of it. There they are. A Lucio Fulci favourite is maggots. Look at this guy. That is a frightening fucking face in it, that.
Exactly did my father die of, Dr.
So I've got this snippet of dialogue on this soundtrack.
What is all this about
This guy.
Dad coming back to life again and having to be killed a second time? I mean, what the hell's going on here?
You ever heard of voodoo?
Voodoo.
Voodoo?
Hoodoo?
Doctor, you gotta be joking.
You do.
That's kid stuff. I mean, voodoo's just plain superstitious horseshit. Basically, it's a mixture of two religions.
Voodoo is just
One
plain
Catholicism,
superstitious
brought
horseshit.
here by the Spanish conquistadores.
The
and
Spanish
two African
conquistadores.
tribal whites were brought here by the slave trade.
This guy.
Well, whatever it is,
Look at him.
it makes the dead stand up and walk.
Now, I can't say to you that is absolutely gorgeous
I know.
without sounding a little bit kind of perverse and weird. But that is absolutely gorgeous. God damn it! Look at it. Look at it.
Something to do with
Nodules and
some evil witch
crusty bits. It is just.
zombies, but
It's a
I'm sure
feast.
there's a
That is the
natural
moon, isn't it? That is a lunar shot. You know, a lunar landscape. And then you get this visage of pure, uncanny hell back from the grave. Obviously, we have the usual, the trick-or-treat labels. There's how he should look. That's a shot from the movie, and that's pretty much, I would say, fucking identical. In a way, well, look, I've got to be picky, I've got to be a bit choosy. In an ideal world, I would love to have it be this face, but with the blood after he's just taken a chunk out of, Susan's throat or Etta Gay's throat, and then there's a great shot where he walks into shot before Brian shoots him. Oh, it's a majestic piece. The camera work. I despise people that go that Lucio Fulci's movies are just complete low grade, boring crap, exploitation, poorly shot, poorly filmed, poorly edited, very poorly scripted. Yes, they're poorly scripted, but they're so jam-packed full of Lovecraftian ideas and crazy scenarios into a very short running time, 85 to 90 minutes if you're lucky, and he crams so much in, but the sheer imagination and the sheer atmosphere and the camera work is absolutely phenomenal. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. His films look astonishing. Got to be seen in their proper widescreen, obviously, but they are absolutely jaw-dropping to behold. very vivid. Cinematography is just so evocative and atmospheric, and that goes for City of Living Dead, The Beyond especially, and House by the Cemetery, and of course Zombie Flesh Eaters. All his films look great, but they're the quintessential, the quartet that you must have. Look at this guy. Look at it. The latex is nice and thick. It's robust. That only came in. You saw it. It came in just a bag. You know when you get older, you lean down, you start making involuntary noises. You go, ugh! You don't even know why you're doing it. And it came in that, a bubble wrap sort of jiffy bag, and that's come from the States, and it's taken a while to get here. So this has been kicked around USPS and fucking airports and what have you. Listen to this. This kind of music belies the fact that throats, guts and entrails are liberally fucking sprayed around in this movie. But like I said, that mask yesterday that come out, it only come next day delivered from Amazon, and it was this is the underwater sequence with the underwater zombie and the grey nurse shark, which is posing as a tiger shark. It's got no fucking teeth. I don't like the fact they did that. They took its teeth out. But anyway, but that mask come out and it's stoved in, and it only came from down the fucking road. This has come from halfway around the world, and it's popped out of that bag and into shape pretty much immediately. Obviously, there's a slight depression on that side, but the fucking guy, in fact, if you look at that picture, he's got a hell of a depression on that side of his face anyway. You have the slit up the back there. The cloth goes around the back of the neck as well. I am going to put this on. I want to see if it says who did this, who designed it, who sculpted it. But as I always find out with these things, I cannot understand why. There's the stuff about this mask, how to look after it. Why not fucking write on it who made it, who sculpted it, who painted it, who did that job there? Sometimes, yes. Oh yes. In trick or treat stuff, you sometimes get like a bit of a mark. Sometimes it's a number. Sometimes they're signed. There's a stamp on that one, a little stamp. I don't know if you can see what that is. I don't even know what that says. Who knows? And that crappy werewolf mask, that Don Post repro from Trick or Treat, that had a mark in it as well. But I just couldn't be arsed showing you. I'm gonna put this sucker on. In fact, first of all, I'm gonna take off the labels because shit. Listen to this. These are hands coming up. It's a great film for hands coming out the ground. On the reverse of that poster there is the glorious UK poster, which I had a quad of that, like a British quad, and it's the hand coming up out the ground and the surrealist image of hordes of zombies in a kind of abstract surrealist sort of fashion heading towards Manhattan, and it's just glorious to behold. What the hell happened to my quad poster of that? It's probably worth a fucking fortune now. Anyway, I'm gonna put this sucker on. This is spectacularly grim, isn't it? The Spanish conquistadores. Voodoo is nothing but superstitious horseshit. After this guy. Trying to get that move in the camera shot. It's just going like blood dripping down. Very hard to do. Hi, sir. Wow. Oh God, you know what? After last night's debacle, last night's fiasco, and I was kind of like thinking, is this ever going to turn up? Have I been taken for a ride by this company? No, I haven't. It's arrived, it's here, and I'm really, really happy with it. This sort of sackcloth effect, well, it is sackcloth, it is, that's what it is. I like the way that I've got the Bob zombie mask from Day of the Dead. You've seen it, I did a video on it as well, and he has the collar around his neck as well. So this guy has a collar, a sort of collar around his neck too.
Lucas, not. My father always said, when the earth spit out the dead, they will come back to suck the blood from the living.
That's nonsense. That's just a stupid superstition.
Yes, you are right, Doctor. You know many more things than Lucas.
I don't believe that voodoo can bring the dead back to life.
And Lucas not believe that the dead be dead.
Can't argue with that. Especially when your island is coming alive with arms coming out the ground like roots from trees. Oh, it's she ripped that. Awesome. That voodoo. Now go do that voodoo that you do so well. Love the shading on it. No, I know you can't quite see the shading as it really is in this light, but it's beautiful. It does look like it's come out of like a very clay, horrible, muddy, horrible ground. A very viciously fertile and yet also icky poo ground. And he's been lying there for some time in the crud. After centuries in the crud, how can you look so good? Guys, I'm really, really impressed. By the way, the eye hole is there. It's under there. It's in there somewhere. So you are seeing through those eyes. And in a way, I suppose if you wear it properly, you can make that. Your eye can move about and be seen. You could try to recreate that scene where his eye does kind of partially open. But I love the fact that his ears are just eroded. There's a great shot as well of a tremendous zombie. You just see like a throwaway shot, the daytime shot of a zombie, painfully thin, like that, just shuffling slowly down a dust-blown street in a shanty town. And as the camera sort of pans around, its head's on an angle, it's literally got, you wonder how they've done it, because that's a person standing there, and the ear is, maybe they use someone with no ear, maybe, and the ear is completely gone. And you think, how the fuck did you do that? And this was 1979. You know, effects still had to come on. You still hadn't had American Werewolf. You hadn't had The Thing. You hadn't had The Howling. So air bladders and prosthetics and stretcho latex hadn't really happened. They had latex stringy bits, and they were using literally offal from the slaughterhouse. And acres and acres, gallons and gallons of fake blood. People were choking on this stuff, you know? And, oh my God. I do believe this is his sequence. I think. It is, this is the sequence. And poor Oretta Gay, as he begins to come out of the ground. Oh, Jesus. And you see him in close-up like that. Coming out of the ground. All dirt begins to fall off his face. And in a great shot, you see what he sees as he comes out the ground, and the air floats away from the camera lens, being his vision. He comes up. And you see him like that, and he seems to get taller. And like poor Loretta Gay just goes and looks up at him. And then this motherfucker leans down. Savages their throat, and it just goes stringy bits, and then blood just goes in absolute gouts, and you see it from a couple of different shots, different angles, and it's just, how can so much blood come out of someone, and yet you believe it? It looks fucking phenomenal. And the poor gorgeous girl hits the deck, just done in. This is the way he leans in. Much longer sequence than I was making out. There are holes in his nostrils, so he can breathe. There's is there holes in his ears? Yeah, there's little holes in his ears too. Paintwork, sculpt work, absolutely top notch. Very, very convincing mask. Incredibly accurate. I really don't, you couldn't make it more accurate. I don't think. The people out there who don't like Trick or Treat or have issues with Trick or Treat, yeah, I don't have those issues at all. Look at that. That is exactly that. It is. The latex is nice and thick. It's robust. It's sprung back into shape immediately. It feels good when you're wearing it. Yeah, I don't get them to wear. But you know, obviously, it's a mask, so if you want to wear it, it's very wearable. If you get yourself a nice dishevelled sackcloth sort of costume, you know, and I think you have to do something with your arms as well. You have to get like cadaverish arms or do a bit of a paint job on yourself. Try and match that, but my God, that is phenomenal. And these writhing maggots, the maggot bath in his eyeball.
It all started about 3 months ago.
Fucking awesome.
One of the fishermen.
It's Richard Johnson again.
He'd seen his wife walking in the village at night. Only she'd been dead for 2 days. Wow.
Zombie infestation. It's got to be. The apocalypse.
These islands, fantastic legends, voodooism, zombies.
Zombies.
Been rife for centuries. As a man of science, I don't believe in voodooism, but the phenomenon defies logical explanation.
Yeah, listen.
I'm tempted to apply the disciplines of bacteriology, virology, even of radiology. We've performed tests for epilepsy and for catalepsy. Nothing fits.
Nothing. The script actually is good because it does attempt to try to give an explanation, but they can't work it out. At least they're saying, we've tried this, we tried all these tests, nothing fits. Is it the voodoo? Is it, what is it? You know? Who knows? But it's the end of the world. By the dead will rise up, devour the living. I should get me bongos out, shouldn't I? And join in. Now, whatever. Folks, there was your zombie flesh eaters poster boy mask. One of the greatest fucking horriblest undead zombies you're ever gonna see. For one of the greatest and goriest scenes in zombie cinema. Folks, we'll leave it all there. And remember, you know, don't go to the island of Matul. Don't go skinny dipping with sharks and zombies. It ain't gonna end up well, is it? And I'm gonna see you all in a voodoo flavoured. They're dead. They're everywhere.